I prefer robbing banks to usury.
Then your god has finally deserted you. What you talking about?
I took your advice, son. I have removed myself from Morpheus's embrace.
No, don't worry about this. Actually, take a couple of packs. Take a few.
Oh, thank you.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another installment of 100 Days to Get Dutch to Tahiti. I'm your host, Lord Troldemort, and I am so happy to be welcoming you back once again to a Red Dead Redemption 2 adventure. In the last episode, we managed to steal the plans for a train heist, rustle up some old rivalries with the O'Driscolls, and after catching a runaway and dipping him in the river, we brought ourselves a new captive back to camp and progressed our story. Just a few days, though. Our current day counter is sitting at 3, and we're working on leaving the mountains and wilderness behind us. Ah, breathe that mountain air. What a wonderful day to return to the Wild West Mountains, and even better day to rob a train. Dutch, my friend, let's light this candle. We'll start by helping Bill. Our knowledge of explosives and the intricacies of dynamite are tenuous at best and non-existent in actuality, but considering that most experts in the field are already missing fingers and limbs, I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're probably just as good as the next guy. The next guy is Bill Williamson. We did all the legwork, but he had the decency to push the plunger just in case something went wrong. Americans never shy away from self-testing our homemade explosives. Okay, maybe trusting the drunkest guy in the room was a bad idea. I'm gonna blame Hosea for this one, though. We all know Dutch can do no wrong. We're gonna perform an epic jump, and then we're gonna go on and save our good friend Lenny. He doesn't have much will to live, but we're gonna make him, because we need help on this one. Come on, Lenny, get on up here. Alright, the next step is to go and unalive the people on this train. But don't worry about it, because they are bankers and businessmen. Truly the worst of the worst, and pure evil by today's standards. Don't worry, this is all calculated and all okay. Remember, they're bureaucrats. They can't even feel this. We've made it up to the front, but it seems like the engineer wants to engage in a bit of pugilism. I must admit I'm more of a man of steel, but I've been known to fisticuff if I get roused. After administering a beating I'd normally reserve for my meat or a red-headed stepchild, we're gonna go ahead and give him a little yeet off the edge. Bye-bye! We're gonna politely coerce this train into stopping. Ah, yes. We don't need any training for this. Look at those sparks fly. As I go to head out, it's come to my attention that I've left behind my trusty hat. I have to retrieve it. Time to commit some more self-defense. I don't know where they were hiding in the train when we ran through it the first time, but it doesn't really matter. See, many men die by my hand, but it's all for the greater good. Dutch has a plan. Dutch and the boys are coming in right now to help us clean up all the rest of it. The dead men lead to looting.
We got some...
Looting the dead leads to more Tahiti money, and this is good. Dutch decides to gallivant. It's good to hear him do what he does best.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And now we try to hit ourselves with ricocheting bullets for some reason.
Seems our friends have gone deaf. Wake them up a little.
Just shoot into the car. Yeah, it's bulletproof, and it might lead to one of us getting hit, but it doesn't matter. Now it's time for some minor renovations to Cornwall's cart. Now we're going to go ahead and fill our pockets with the chump change in the drawers, along with Cornwall's tax returns from 1815. Seriously, we just killed about 30 people for a bracelet, some cigars, $200. Not looking too great from my seat. Surely there's something that'll make this worth our time. Some stocks and bonds. Maybe Dutch can do something with that. Alright, next it seems like we're going to have a bit of a moral choice. But it seems morals were out of question from the start on this one, so we're going all the way and leaving a shortage of witnesses on this endeavor. Remember, they aren't people. They're Pinkertons. Just ignore the nice things we're doing to this man. I think he just wants to take a little nappy. We'll go ahead and put him to bed. Well, at least one good thing can come of this. We're going to finally set this train free. No more will you be yoked by humankind. Be free, little train! All right. All right, I guess Jose has found us a little slice of heaven. He's got it all picked out for us. So let's make our way to the new home where we can lay low and finally begin in earnest getting Dutch to the beautiful sunny beaches of Tahiti. Let's montage that camp ride. So, we have finally arrived in what will be our new home for a time. And it looks like we are about to get another passage of time, and I hope it won't be too much. Oh shit, tell me that doesn't say a couple weeks later. Dutch, what are we doing here? Okay, this is bad, and my window of time is shrinking. So a couple of weeks for our purposes is going to be 14 days, which will put our new count to 17. Actually not so bad on paper, but it's time to get a bit of a fire underneath us.
That seems a little better.
We pick back up, and there is no rest for Mr. Morgan. I didn't get the memo, but apparently everyone else voted while I was in the cutscene, and now I'm the camp's primary source of free labor. That's right, all the chores are now my responsibility. Yeah, fine, totally reasonable. You guys are busy, I get it. These are incredibly important chores, like pick up hay, put down hay, pick up beans, put down beans, carry jug of water, and of course, the best, chopping wood. This is exhilarating gameplay.
First fight in the tower, man, to, like, try to make sure she didn't fucking divide guardian. Dude.
Wow, watch that log split.
I was so mad. I was like,
Next thing I need is a clean new look. If we want to evade the law for real, a clean shave is probably a good way to start. Plus, my beard might be useful in helping us be aware of the passage of time. Looking good, Mr. Morgan. So, right out of the gate, that puts us on a time-sensitive mission. But that doesn't mean we can't take in the local scenery and interact with some of the ne'er-do-wells around town. A little bit of fun along the way helps things go better. We meet a Mexican sharpshooter whose shots are anything but. He wants some fair, friendly competition. We cheat with Deadeye, and we do not feel bad about it. We have superhuman shooting abilities. You were a fool to take this challenge.
So you can shoot, huh? Here it is, okay? None of my word.
Time to track down a drunk preacher.
What you talking about?
I have removed myself from Morpheus's embrace.
You seem drunk.
sit down. Say to me. I didn't say a word.
After we save him from his card game, it turns out that he's pissed off this bald man, so we're going to have to beat him up. For being a tough-looking customer, he goes down pretty easily. He folds like a house of cards, and we turn around looking for the Reverend. But every time we turn around, he stumbled further into trouble like Mr. Magoo.
Damn it, your foot! It appears to like this place.
He's got the comical foot stuck in railway treatment, and seems like we've got to get him out.
Get your foot out of here! Twist your leg, you drunken bastard!
Gosh, I would just let you get smeared. You're lucky Arthur's a better man than me.
Who's Margaret?
Eventually, he passes out. And then we escort him lovingly back to camp. Come on, Reverend. Time for you to sleep it off.
What are you mumbling?
After providing the escort service, we meet a lovely man in the bushes, and he wants to introduce us to wild tobacco. We love addictive substances, so we are happy to partake.
Look at this, my friend. Tobacco. Nature's gift to us all.
And I'm so thankful for it. Next, we find a burnt-out town and loot it for everything it's worth. Time to reflect on life. We accost an innocent man on the road and do horrible things to him. Time for more reflection. We find a sleeping man in a carriage, gently coerce him out of his seat, then help ourselves to the vessel's contents. We're gonna need all this. Find spooky tree. Reflect on spooky tree.
What's the problem?
Now we find a man who has a problem, but that's not a problem unless it is a problem.
Quite the contrary.
Understand?
Well, there is a problem. For me, but not for you.
Can't say I have.
There has
He seems to be looking for a Japanese sapphire and thinks a guy named Jack hauled it here, or something. We agree to help, but don't reflect on it as it seems like a lie at best.
and swum across.
Next comes Cigarette Man, and he's even better than Wild Tobacco Man. Cigarettes!
As much as you.
Oh, no, don't worry about these. Actually, take some. Take a couple of packs. Take a few.
Oh, thank you.
We sit down to play some poker and notice the sun rising. Oh shit, we were on a time limit. I guess that makes this day 18, doesn't it? After several hands and losing a significant portion of my money, I decide that I've probably had enough at this table and move on before I lose all of my savings that we're supposed to be using to get Dutch to Tahiti. Next, I watch a man shell his mortal coil. Good on you, buddy.
Yeah.
And then we find a man in a cage. Go ahead and free him. Promptly tie him up.
Just get out of my way.
We need an ass bandit back at camp, so we decide to bring him with us. But then I remember I already have a hostage.
Okay.
And we don't have much use for two. Maybe I can take this one with me too? After we figure out the lasso doesn't work that way, we decide it's time to cut our losses, and we'll just take one ass slave home with us. After effectively cutting our losses, we realize we don't really have much use for this guy either, so we decide to see if he's as bouncy as a side of beef from Arby's. The only guy who would have used him anyway is Micah. It's okay. Yeah, fuck you. Next we come to a burnt forest. Seems like somebody in this town can't be trusted with matches. I don't know if it's arsonism or what, but this is just unacceptable, people. We find a treasure chest full of goodies and decide that we'll take that on back to camp as a bit of a reward for this outing. Now, it seems like our day is coming to an end here. We kill an animal, so that way Pearson can have a little bit of food for camp. And it looks like we have made it back to camp. We're going to give Uncle a little kick and see what he's up to. And I think this will be a good place to end this episode. Thank you to anyone who's watched, and I'll try to get another one out soon for you guys. I enjoy making these, and if any of you liked it, be sure to let me know in the comments. If you made it this far, it's might be worth giving it a like if you want to see more, and I'll be sure to catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.